All right, everybody, I'm back. This is Graz with Action PC Baseball, and we are going to do the regular season for 2013 for MLB. As you can see, if you pause it and look, we haven't even started. These are the real life standings, and this is what these people did in real life. So we're just jumping in from March 31st. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but we will not be doing the playoffs in this video. We're only going to do the regular season because it's going to take some time. So what we'll do is started on March 31st. Okay, we're going to go to April, and we're going to go to the 13th to start with. So there we go. Let's do it. Absolutely rooting for the Tigers here. Not really sure about the National League. I mean, anybody but the Giants, really, or the Cardinals. Seriously, anybody. I mean, I'll even root for the Dodgers. I think this is a good Dodgers team. Always rooting for Washington in baseball because they represent the Expos, who I always loved. So, yeah. Individual players I'm rooting for. One of my all-time favorites, Alex Gordon from the Royals. So let's root for him. I like Alex Gordon. If I ever get a jersey that's not the Tigers or Travis Fryman, it'll be Alex Gordon. This was I believe, a Miguel Cabrera MVP season. I believe. Miguel Cabrera and Andrew McCutchen. Okay. We're also rooting against the Red Sox because they made it to the World Series instead of the Tigers. All right, so Kansas City's off to a huge start, 9-2. But the Cardinals are off to a 10-1 start. And the worst team in baseball right now are the Orioles at 2-9. So that's all we're going to look at for the moment. After this week, I'm going to look at this highlight tab right here. I'm going to see if it shows like cycles, because there needs to be a way to search for cycles. There's like everything else, no hitters, perfect games, hitting streaks, but we need a way to look for a cycle instead of just clicking on each individual batter. So if anybody from Action PC is watching, maybe you could go back and code that in to the game. It should be a stat, cycles. I mean, it's going to be 0 for most people, but hey, it's still nice to see. Let's see. We're rooting for a big season from Mike Trout, even though his team's going to suck. I'm not sure if Bryce Harper's around yet or not. All right, so the Royals are still leading the Tigers for a bit. Worst team is still the Orioles at 4-13. But the best team right now are the Red Sox at 13-3. I'm gonna go look and see if Bryce Harper's in this season. I don't remember when he started. Well, he started on Washington, didn't he? Well, there he is. He's 20, so is this his rookie year? No, he won Rookie of the Year at the age of 19 in 2012. So, nope. All right, so okay, here we go. Let's look at this highlight tab. Does it show what we want? Any maybe it would, but I don't really care. Let's finish the month. We ain't got a whole lot of time to be worrying about that. Maybe in future updates they'll put in the cycle tab. Okay. Oh yeah, Miguel Cabrera I mean, the only thing that stopped him from a second consecutive Triple Crown was Chris Davis and his 53 home runs. So we'll see how that plays out. And there are some that say, and those some include me and my cousin, that this 2013 Tigers team is one of the best Tiger teams ever. So, yeah. I mean, they're just the pitching rotation is so good, and the offense is spectacular. So, how long can the Royals hold off the Tigers? And I mean, man, how long? Goodness. I like how random it is too. You know, makes me happy because anybody can win these. And if you go through and you do a random number generator or you roll with dice, then it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. All right, let's take a look at this stuff through April. Washington is leading the NL East 15-12, half game over Atlanta, game over Miami, and 2 games over the Phillies and the Mets. The Cardinals are 17-9, have a 2-game lead over the Reds, 3.5 over the Brewers, 4.5 over the Pirates, and 7 over the Cubs. The National League West, the Padres are 13-13 and lead the Rockies by a half game, 1.5 over the Diamondbacks, 2 over the Dodgers, and 2.5 over the Giants. This division is awful. Okay, the Athletics are 18-10 and have a 3-game lead over the Angels, 4 over the Rangers, 7.5 over the Mariners, and 8.5 over the Astros. The Royals are 16-8 and have a 1.5 game lead over the Tigers, 3.5 over the White Sox, 5.5 over the Twins, and the Indians, who were in second place in real life this year, are 7 back. The Red Sox are the best team through April, 19-7 with a 4.5 game lead over the Blue Jays, 5 over the Rays, Devil Rays, whatever, 7 over the Yankees, and then 11.5 over the MLB worst Orioles. Through April, Eric Hosmer is leading the major leagues with a .413 batting average. Edwin Encarnacion has 10 home runs. Mike Napoli, very underrated power hitter, 29 ribbies. Juan Pierre with 11 stolen bases. Holy cow. Clayton Kershaw with a .74 ERA. Not surprising. Stultz is leading with 5 wins for the Padres. Cishek has 11 saves. Yu Darvish with 62 strikeouts. This thing says Casey Janssen is the Cy Young of April. And it looks like he's a closer with 9 saves. Hasn't allowed a run. He has 2 wins. I guess so. Whatever. All right. So let's go play May. That rhymed. Go to the 11th. The A's were the first team to 20 wins, even though the Cardinals did it on the same day. What in the world? The A's. I mean, did the A's win their division this year? Oh, I guess they did. They won 96 games. They were the 2 seed in the AL. Alrighty then. I'm going to stop making fun of them. I love the early season stats, how weird they could be. Like Eric Hosmer hitting over 380 midway through May, or early in May. It's crazy. And then he has a bad day and he's down to under 370. I just love how that works. Okay. All right, let's do the 11th. Verlander. The Tigers win 11-0. Boom shakalaka. And they've taken over the Royals. Let's go. Let's go, Detroit. Excuse me. Anyway, Miguel Cabrera is not on any of the Triple Crown stats. Having a slow start, sir. I mean, the Tigers aren't having a slow start. Not at all. Look at that, at 12. Wow. Chris Davis is taking over the home run lead through May 18th. Okay. We have 130 win team, and it is the Red Sox. And it looks like now the worst team in baseball are the Astros, which I am fine with. This is fun. Andrew McCutchen, the NL MVP in real life, is hitting 377. Alrighty. That's the way to do it. Detroit gets shut out by the Twins. I think did I see a 20-run game there? I'm going to have to go back and look at that. It was on the 24th, I think. Might have been wrong. I was looking at their record, whatever. Let's go to the 31st. Tampa Bay is pushing the Red Sox. I like to see it. Rather than the Red Sox anyway. And how about it? Colorado ahead in the West. You know we'll take that every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Yes, indeed. All right, so May is done. Let's go take a peek at the standings. In the NL East, Atlanta has taken over, 31-23. They lead 3.5 over the Senators, 4.5 over the Phillies, 5 over the Mets, and 5.5 over the Marlins. The Cardinals are 33-20 and have a 2-game lead over the Reds and the Pirates, 12 over the Brewers, and 13 over the Cubs. The Rockies are 31-24 and have a 4.5-game lead over the Padres, 5 over the Dodgers, 6.5 over the Diamondbacks, and 7.5 over the Giants. Yeah. The Red Sox are 36-20 and are still the 1 seed. They have a 2-game lead over the Devil Rays, 6.5 over the Blue Jays, 13 over the Yankees, and 16.5 over the Orioles, who are, like I said, no longer the worst team in baseball. Tigers, 34-19, 2.5 game lead over the Royals, 8.5 over the White Sox, 9.5 over the Indians, and 12.5 over the Twins. The A's are 35-21 and have a 4.5 game lead over the Angels, 6 games over the Rangers, 10.5 over the Mariners, and 19.5 over the Major League MLB worst Astros. Andrew McCutchen leads all of baseball with a .360 batting average. Chris Davis has 22 dingers. Not seeing any sign of Trout or Miguel Cabrera in any of this. Chris Davis is leading in RBIs with 53. Boy, he's basically nobody on base for him. I guess that's what happens when you're on a crappy team. Let's see. AJ Burnett. Sean Burnett? AJ Burnett. Wow. At the age of 36 is leading the majors in ERA through May at 1.72. Stultz still leading in wins with 8. Cishek still in saves with 19, and Yu Darvish still leading in strikeouts. And now Grant Balfour for Oakland is the Cy Young somehow with a 5-3 record and 14 saves in 32 games. Wow. Alrighty. Yeah, let's take a peek and see how Alex Gordon is doing. $52 games, 7 doubles, 6 triples, 8 homers. Okay. How many stolen bases? 2. So he's not going to get the quad double unless he really starts stealing. He's hitting .271. I like it. Should be good doing. Yeah, he's usually a Gold Glover out here. He's saved 9 runs, so yeah, I like Alex Gordon a lot. You know, how's Mike Trout doing? $55 games. He's only hitting .270. 14 stolen bases, 9 home runs. His on-base percentage is .362, and his slugging is .478. His OPS is 149 points under what it was in real life, so I'm sure he'll start picking that back up. So, all right, let's move on to June. I don't care if Miguel Cabrera is on any of these things, as long as they win. Look at this. Omar Infante, though, in 7th place in the majors in batting average with a .339. We will definitely take that. Max Scherzer is tied for 2nd in strikeouts with 92. All right, let's go through June. After June, we will look and see like the top hitting streak. I know I like to do that. Kind of been having a little fun too. Like the top hitting streak is the thumbnail. Having fun with it. I just can't believe like a relief pitcher is the Cy Young through May. I mean, you know, whatever. And it's not even the guy leading everybody in saves. It makes no sense. I don't really care. I mean, I'm sniveling about it, but what are you gonna do, right? Okay, Miguel Cabrera has started to assert some dominance. He's leading the majors in batting average. And number 2 is McCutchen, so that's kind of cool because the 2 MVPs are 1-2 in batting average. I'm going to change this to pitching just for the just for the S&G of it here. There we go. Doug Fister. Anybody else in Detroit miss Doug Fister? I do. I remember watching, me and my buddy Ryan were watching live when he struck out, what, 9 or 10 in a row? I can't remember which one it was, but I know it was either 9 or 10. Not even a strikeout guy, but he did it. Wow, no starting pitcher has 10 wins yet. Although Eric Stultz has 9. Slew of guys with 8. All right, anything big happening? Still, no starting pitcher with 10 wins. Cabrera has a 2 home run game though for the Tigers, who have the most wins in baseball with 45. That'll do. Okay, let's go through the 22nd. Should get to a 10-win pitcher soon. I mean, come on, starters. We don't want no reliever winning the Cy Young. I mean, if they do, they do. But we got 3 guys with 9 wins. 4 guys. Somebody's going to get it this month. Soon. Almost got to, right? Oh, there's the guy. Aroldis Chapman is tied for the Major League lead in saves. I'm keeping an eye on it just so I can tell you who the first double-digit win starting pitcher is. I mean, it's got to come soon. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, Tim Hudson from the Braves with a 10 is the first to 10 wins. Alrighty. And the Braves are looking good too. 7-game lead over the Nationals. All right. Let's finish off June, and then we'll go look at some stats. And that'll be the halfway point. Oh, Matt Harvey and Adam Wainwright have joined Tim Hudson, so we're going to stop tracking that. I mean, we'll comment on it, but Matt Harvey's passed Yu Darvish in strikeouts. That's interesting. The Tigers have 50 wins, and so do the A's. All right. Excuse me. Matt Harvey has 11 wins. He's leading in ERA, strikeouts, and wins. How is that? He better be the Cy Young leader when we get there. I mean, come on. And those are the majors. He's leading the majors in that, not just the National League. Tied with Mad Bum for wins, but I mean, come on. He's got the Major League pitching triple crown. There's no way he's not the Cy Young. It seriously still says Grant Balfour. Matt Harvey leads in everything, but somehow Grant Balfour is still the Cy Young leader. There's no way. What is this? 22 saves and 5 wins? I mean, he's barely pitching. Well, whatever. All right. Through June, we're not going to do the standings right now. Let's go look at the hitting streaks. Andrew McCutchen with a 23 to lead everybody so far. Johnny Peralta had a 17. Miguel Cabrera had a 16. I like that. Prince Fielder had a 15. And current is Melky Cabrera with 14. And then Manny Machado and Jordy Mercer have 12s. So, okay. I still can't believe Grant Balfour. I mean, Matt Hart, whatever. All right. You know what? It's halfway through the season. Let's go look at the MVP and Cy Young and all that. MVP for pitching. Somehow Matt Harvey's fourth. I don't understand how. I mean, third in his own league. Sure. Pitching. Any no-hitters? None. Okay. Let's do July. Don't want this to be too long of a video. Go to the 13th. Who will be the first team to 60 wins? My money's on the Tigers. Oh, the Astros already have 62 losses. Grant Balfour. Yes, I'm throwing shade on that. Not on him as a player because he was decent, but I mean, come on, he shouldn't be the Cy Young. And that's like the Cy Young for both leagues. Whatever. Okay. Tigers are at 57 wins. The Dodgers have taken over the Rockies. Tigers are starting to put together a sizable lead over Kansas City. Getting close to the All-Star break. The Tigers are the first to 60 victories. They're 60-29. Through 61-29 through July 10th. Very nice. They could win 100 games. Wouldn't that be something? You know, this is random, but I always like Cole Hamels. When I was playing in dice leagues, I always wanted him on my team because he was just so good. I mean, you could count on him for a lot. To the 20th. Matt Harvey still leading everybody and everything for pitching. Let's go to hitting now. Just to take a peek, Miguel Cabrera is leading in batting average. Chris Davis is... Oh, wow. We turned back in time just to say who's going to be the first hitter to have 30 home runs. 30 home runs. Looks like it's not going to happen before the end. Well, it will happen before the end of July. Be in the latter half of it. Excuse me. Chris Davis is the first batter to 30 home runs. He's also leading in RBIs with 83. Whoa. Hey, remember when the Orioles were the worst team in baseball? Now they're actually ahead of the Yankees in the standings. That's awesome. And the Astros have 74 losses. They are going to lose 100 games. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I used to like Adam Dunn, too. He's in third place right. Well, he dropped a little bit there, but he's got 24 dingers right now. I like it. Miggy's hitting almost 360 for the Tigers. It's almost the end of July. It's a great batting average. Ooh, the A's are really playing well. They got a shot at 100 wins as well. That would be something. I just like to see hundreds out there. Oh, the Tigers lost. Verlander's 12-8. All right, there we go. We're through July. Let's go look at some stuff. All right. Cabrera is leading the majors in batting with a 356 batting average. Johnny Peralta's in the top 10 with a 319. Chris Davis and Edwin Encarnacion have 31 home runs each to lead. Chris Davis has 87 runs batted in. This Everth Cabrera with 43 stolen bases. Miguel Cabrera with 83 runs scored. There's Mike Trout. 76 runs scored. And Grant Balfour is still the Cy Young. Is that like a glitch or something? Seriously, Matt Harvey still leads in ERA by a half a run. He's tied for first in wins, and he leads the majors in strikeouts. I don't understand how Grant Ball is. I mean, is this like a glitch or something? This closer has 67 innings, 29 saves, and 7 wins with 5 losses, and he's an MVP or a Cy Young. I'm just not going to complain. I'm not going to stop complaining about that. And he's this all-star for the pitching, whatever. But Miggy from Detroit is the MVP, and Jim Leyland right now is the manager of the year. So that's interesting. All right, so we are probably going to have a couple of 100-loss teams here. The Cubs maybe, possibly the Yankees. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say definitely the Astros. And we got some teams that are pushing for maybe 100 wins. Matter of fact, the A's, and that's why, because the A's are doing so well. The Tigers are still beating them in percentage, but okay, August. We'll go to the 10th. Let's keep a close eye. See who, Oakland or Detroit, who's going to be the first team to 70 victories. The Tigers. But if Oakland wins, they do it on the same day. Nope. The Tigers are the first team to 70 wins. All right. We'll take that, right? This Tigers team is living up to its billing. And the A's do the 70 win thing the very next day. Wow, the Rockies went from first to last in a flat hurry. Whoa. That's awful. Braves are leading the Senators, Nationals. I don't know. 6.5. St. Louis is having its fill with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Oakland's got a nice healthy lead over the Rangers. The Tigers are pretty much clinched. Not quite, but close. And Boston and Tampa Bay are going to war. So that's fun. Alrighty. I mean, through August 10th, Tampa Bay and Boston are tied. Different amount of games played, but by percentage, they're tied. That's awesome. Let's see. All right. The A's have the best record in baseball. Wow. I mean, I stage a protest if Grant Balfour statistically wins the Cy Young by the the power ranking thing in this game, because that's just bull. I don't agree at all. Miguel Cabrera is making a run a little bit. He's not in the RBI thing yet, but he is tied for fourth. Or no, he's not tied. He is in fourth place for home runs with 29. And up there in batting average in the 350 range still. The Astros are 45 games back. I'm going to pick on them forever. They have 90 losses through August 17th. Oh, that's just terrible. Okay. Let's see. St. Louis and Pittsburgh are tied. Tampa Bay's a game behind Boston. Those are the close races right now. I'm digging it. Looks like Oakland's going to be the first team to 80 wins. Tigers are kind of going slow here in August. Yep, there they are, 80 and 44 through the 19th of August. Okay, we're getting some people close to 40 home runs and 100 RBIs already. I guess that's not really already, is it? The beginning of September is about where that stuff starts to happen. Miggy's, wow, still hitting almost 360. That's impressive. Okay. All right, so to the 31st of August we go. Edwin Encarnacion could be the first player to 40 home runs. He has 39. And he has 95 runs batted in. There's a whole host of people. Edwin Encarnacion is the first batter to 40 home runs. Okay. Some other guys that could do it coming up. He also has 96 runs batted in to lead that. Okay, the Astros have 95 losses. The A's have 85 wins. Wow. I forgot how bad the Yankees were for a couple of years. Okay, the pennant races are starting to spread out just a little bit here. Chris Davis is the first batter to 100 runs batted in. All right, let's go look at some stuff through August. All right, the Braves are 72 and 63 and have a 4-game lead over the Senators. 4.5 games over the Phillies, 5.5 over the Mets, and 6.5 over Miami. That's the closest division. Pittsburgh is 82 and 53 and has a 3-game lead over the Cardinals. Yes, go Pirates. 8.5 over the Reds, 24 over Milwaukee, and 31 over the eliminated Cubs. Yeah. The Dodgers are 77 and 58 and have the biggest lead in any of the divisions. They have a 13-game lead over the Padres, 13.5 over the Diamondbacks, 14 over the Rockies, and 15 over the Giants. The Red Sox are 81 and 56, and they have a 5.5-game lead over Tampa, 17.5 over Toronto, 23.5 over Baltimore, and 32 over the eliminated Yankees. The Tigers are 84 and 52, And they have an 11.5 game lead over the Royals, 15.5 over the Indians, 19 over the Twins, and 20 over the White Sox. Oakland is the best team in baseball at 87-48. They have an 8-game lead over Texas, 15.5 over the Angels, 23 over the Mariners, and 49-game lead over the awful 97-loss Astros with all of September still to go. All right. Well, we have a different Cy Young. It's not Grant Balfour anymore. Now it's Greg Holland, who is a closer for the Royals. He's got 37 saves, and he's 6-5 with a 1.59 ERA. Still, whatever. Matt Harvey's still fighting for the Triple Crown. Clayton Kershaw's doing some damage up there. Max Scherzer's looking good. Yeah. Torrey Hunter's on the All-Stars. I like that. Him and Johnny Peralta are in the top 10 at 318. Okay. Let's go play September. I did notice a something developing, but I'm going to save it for the end because it looked like somebody had a shot at 60 doubles, which, if you know anything about baseball, that's a big deal. All right, we should start seeing some. We're going to go back each time on every week. This time to look at the pennant races because we're there. Baltimore with a 17-run game. Wow. Let's flip this over to pitching just for the heck of it. That noise was my dog flapping his ears like he's going to take off and fly away. I don't think we're going to have a 300 strikeout season. I guess they just don't pitch enough, but excuse me. We should have a 20-win season from Clayton Kershaw, who has 18 right now. Yeah. I'm thinking that, I mean, from what it looks like, only 3 divisions are still up for grabs. Well, I guess they all technically are. More teams are eliminated. So maybe after the next week we'll have some more eliminations. Kershaw's probably he's gonna be the first pitcher to 20 wins. He has 19. Verlander's in second with 16. So Matt Harvey, he's still leading in ERA, but he fell off in strikeouts and wins. That's okay though. Still a great season. Okay, the Astros are well over 100 losses. The A's have 95 wins. The Tigers have 91 wins. They're the only 2 teams that can still win 100. But the Yankees can still lose 100, and so can the Cubs to join the Astros. I guess technically the Brewers could too, but they'd have to lose their next 18 games, and I don't see that happening. I guess it could. I'm looking at the Brewer game with the Reds right now. The Brewers won that game, so now they can't lose 100. Fine with that. Kershaw, not there yet. Maybe he hasn't pitched. I don't know. Okay, let's go see how the pennant races look. All right. We have 2 clinches. The Dodgers have clinched the NL West, and the Tigers have clinched the AL Central. Somehow the A's have not clinched the AL West, even though they have 97 wins and are the best team in baseball. The Astros have 106 losses. Oh. The Cubs still have a chance at 100 losses, as do the Yankees. All right. Let's go do one more week. I don't know if Verlander's got 3 more starts in him or not to get 20 wins. I don't think so. Kershaw, though, he's probably going to do it. The Cubs are trying hard to not lose 100. They're 60 and 90. Oof. The Astros are probably going to lose 110, 112. Oh, awful. Just awful. Oakland's got 99 wins. Okay. So do the Tigers. They both have 99 wins. Who will be the first team to 100 wins? The A's lost, so they're still tied, 99. The Tigers win. They get their 100th win early in the day. Will the A's tie them on the same day? No. Tigers are the first team to 100 wins. And the Cubs get their 63rd win, stopping them from losing 100. The Yankees are still chasing that number. Kershaw wins his 20th game. Okay. We should see some more clinches now. The A's join the Dodgers and the Tigers in clinching. The Red Sox magic number is 6 over the Devil Rays. Pirates magic number is 6 over the Cardinals, and the Senators or Nationals, I can't remember what they are their magic number is 2-1 over Atlanta and Miami. So here we go. 1 week to go. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see. Can the Yankees stop from losing 100 games? That is the question. That's one of the questions right now. And Clayton Kershaw with the 20-win season. The A's finally win their 100th win. Oh, the Astros have 115 losses. Oof. I believe Washington has probably clinched. We'll go see here in a few minutes. More than likely. The Yankees are on the cusp of 100 losses. Oh, man. That is so... They're 61 and 99. Can they win their last 2 games to avoid 100 losses? They won one of them. All right, Yankees. Okay, so we've only got... Everybody's got 1 day left. Okay, so it goes to September 30th. All right. Can the Yankees hold on and win this game, or will they lose 100 games? They're playing the Astros, so the Astros win the game, so the Yankees lose 100. That's sad. And the season is over. Let's go look at some stuff. This video is long, but this was an entire season. All right. The Senators won their division, 89 and 73. The Pirates beat the Cardinals. I love it. 98 and 64, but I think the Cardinals are going to be a wild card. Yeah. Cardinals are going to play the Braves in the wild card. LA dominated the West, even though halfway through they weren't. Tampa Bay outlasts Boston. Wow. They played 163. I wonder why. Doesn't matter. They outlasted Boston by a half. So the wild cards in the American League will be Boston and Texas. All right. Let's go look at some stats. Whatever. We're going to look at the hitting streaks first. Longest was Pablo Sandoval. Hate that guy. 25 games. Just beating out Omar Infante's 24. Grumble. All right. Leaders. Replay stats. Batting. Here we go. Batting average. Miggy with a 360. You know what? Let's just look at the American League first. Miggy with a 360. Joe Mauer with a 333. Robinson Cano with a 321. Okay. Home runs. Chris Davis with 46. Edwin Encarnacion with 44. And Miguel Cabrera with 40. Triples. Alex Gordon. Yes. And J.D. Drew for Boston had 10. Manny Machado fell short. He had 57 doubles. 57 doubles. Okay, Miguel Cabrera with 121 runs scored, just beating out Mike Trout with 118. Trout had 101 walks, leading the leagues. Chris Carter, 238 strikeouts. Yeah. RBIs was Adrian Beltre with 126. Wow. Miguel Cabrera with 210 hits. Also over 200 were Robinson Cano and Adrian Beltre. Beltre with a season. 38 dingers, 126 RBIs. He hit 312. Wow. Jacoby Ellsbury with 57 steals. Miggy beats Trout in on-base percentage, 442 to 413. And he beats Chris Davis in slugging, 624 to 584. Okay. Batting plus. Let's see anything in here. Miguel Cabrera had the most intentional walks with 25. Victor Martinez had the most sacrifice hits with 13. Hit by pitches was Jose Iglesias with 13. And then Victor, of course, led in grounded into double plays with 26. Miguel Cabrera and Alexi Ramirez? Alexi Ramirez lead the league in multi-hit games with 61. That's crazy. Let's see. Another thing that's not on here could be grand slams. I mean, it's got bases loaded average. You know what I'm saying? It could have that. Oh, and Miggy for the Tigers led in OPS with a 1.067 in the American League here. Pitching, Max Scherzer led in ERA with a 2.11. Wow. Verlander led in innings. Complete games with John Lester. Wins was Verlander with 19. Losses was Lyles for Houston with 18. That's not a surprise. Greg Holland had 46 saves. Whatever. Griffin, Masterson, Lester, and Iwakuma had 2 shutouts. Yu Darvish, 277 for strikeouts. Okay. No no-hitters in the American League. Is there anything in here that even matters? Not really. Fielding, who cares? Okay, American League MVP was Miguel Cabrera. Mike Trout was second place. And wow. I mean, the top 5 for Cy Young are relief pitchers. What in the bleeping and a bleepity bleep? I mean, seriously. What would you rather have on your team? 222 innings of 3.35 ERA and 19 wins? Or one of these guys? I mean, a closer. Whatever. All right. Now let's do the National League, and then we will call it a day. Batting average, Yadier Molina ended up leading the the National League in batting with 346. Andrew McCutchen with a 330. Alan Craig, 328. And then a couple of Braves here. Chris Johnson and Freddie Freeman. Okay. Home runs was Pedro Alvarez with 37. The other 30s in this league were, is this Chris Gomez? No, it's Carlos Gomez. My apologies. Paul Goldschmidt and Will Venable. Denard Span with triples with 14. Yadier Molina had 56 doubles. Wow. Matt Carpenter, who's all over the place here. He's second in triples, second in doubles. He leads in runs with 108. How did he not? He better get some MVP votes. Low ballot maybe. Joey Votto with 114 walks. Pedro Alvarez with 199 strikeouts. Adrian Gonzalez with 117 runs batted in. Comfortable win. No 200 hit guys, although Daniel Murphy had 192. 57 stolen bases for Gene Segura. McCutchen led in on base 429, and Brandon Belt for the Giants led in slugging with 522. Brandon Belt. 20 home runs, 46 doubles. Well, I guess. Okay. Batting plus. Let's see here. Votto with 27 intentional walks. Not a surprise. Hit by pitch with Shin-Soo Choo with 21 and Martin Prado with 27 double plays. Alan Craig and Yadier Molina with 61 multi-hit games each. So 4 guys with that number. Pitching. Matt Harvey. Must have got hurt or something. Clayton Kershaw should be the Cy Young. That's just what I'm saying. I mean, he wins 20. He pitches 232 innings, and he's got an ERA under 1.8. There's no way. Adam Wainwright with 5 complete games. Kershaw with the 20 wins. Edwin Jackson and Edinson Volquez with 16 losses. Steve Cishek with 45 saves. Adam Wainwright in his 5 complete games had 2 shutouts. Kershaw led the National League. See, almost led it in ERA. Led it in wins, and led it in strikeouts by 2 over Cole Hamels, who I was just talking about. I like Cole Hamels. What kind of year did Cole Hamels have outside those 229 strikeouts? Oh, not a good one. 12 and 13. Oof. With a 4.09 with a 4 ERA. Okay. 88 walks for Locke. Bronson Arroyo gave up 33 dingers. Oof. Any no hitters in the National League? Yep, Matsuzaka for the Mets. Who did he no-hit? Daisuke Matsuzaka. Where's your no-hitter? Wow, he only... What? The guy threw 7 games, and one of them was a no-hitter. An 8-inning no-hitter over the Phillies, where he won 1-0. Interesting. Wonder why it only went 8 innings. Whatever. He had a no-hitter. We'll take it. Let's see. Anything else in here interesting? Nope. Okay. MVP. Andrew McCutchen is the MVP over Shin-Soo Choo. I like that. I like this dude. And Clayton Kershaw wins the Cy Young. That's how it should have been in the American League. I don't understand. So there we go. That was the regular season for 2013 MLB, Action PC Baseball. I'll do the playoffs later. Oh, this is not... I think these guys have to have a... I don't know, though, because it says Tampa Bay, but they don't have an X by their name. Anyway, I'll see you next time with something, and starting next week, I'm going to start doing all these postseasons, so you pay attention to that. Later.